Hello, another update. Well, first of all, I finished the Dabber Prodigy, which was here, and I ended up getting a Cutthroat Scarp, which, as you can see, has decent colors. It's not the optimal colors right now. I'm using Empower level 2 here, which only increases my dots from like 81.6, 81.7 to 91.4, so it's not that big of a deal yet. However, when it goes to level 3, then it's gonna be a decent support. So ideally this would be a blue socket for something like TK or Energy Leech. Yeah, Energy Leech is actually a really nice support gem now since Trickster, since the nerf to Ghost Routes, like how often you get them. So there's a lot of cases where you actually run out of Ghost Routes and then you lose ES. So in those cases, you get a tiny bit of ES leech. You'd, well, you hit with the ED, there's a small hit, you know, right? So you do leech that, and then you would get a bigger multiplier. So that's definitely something. And then also DK. And as you can see, I have still not respec out of the Arcane. I really want to respec out of it because it makes my mobility skills cost no mana. So I can't have Arcane Surge on my Flame Dash. And because I can't have Arcane Surge on my Flame Dash, I have to put it on Contagion. Now, it's not really a bad thing to have it here, but because, you know, I use it so often that I can level it more. But what I personally, like in endgame setup, it's actually what you'd want, I think. But what I want to personally do is link Contagion with Rarity. Because if you hit Contagion on a mob, then you shoot ED to it, and then it spreads the Contagion. Something about the Contagion be the first dot applied to the monster or something, I don't know exactly. But the Rarity from the Contagion works. So that's really nice. And might have noticed that I have a respec into Charisma now. I also had to go to this node here. There's two reasons why I went here and did this respec right now. Well, first of all, I get my discipline now. It gives me like, this is level 19, I believe. Yeah. So I go from like, what, 1750 to almost 2300. I actually might want to undo that for a couple reasons. First of all, it's a 6-point investment right now, because I don't have an Helm enchant that reduces the reservation of any of my auras, and I don't have Enlighten. If I had Enlighten, I wouldn't need these nodes. But I kind of needed to test. I haven't played too much with it, but now that I have a 6-link ED, it might become a bit feels Batman to use. And I'm still at Alira, and I might actually stay with Alira because the resistances are actually pretty nice, and the mana region is really nice right now. And especially if I respec out of the Arcane, it might be even better. But the main reason I want to respec out of this is to be able to have Rarity of my Contagion. That's actually the number one reason I want to do it. But this also gives a nice ES gain on kill, well, some life gain on kill too, and some mana gain on kill, and a decent amount of damage. But the ES gain on kill is gonna help a lot in sustaining the ES. But yeah, that was one thing. I ended up getting the 21 ED. I think this was the 6th or 7th GMI corrupted, and now I'm working towards on getting quality. Like I'm leveling a couple new ones here, and I'm leveling Frostwall for the Red Elder encounters, so I can keep Shaper alive. And yeah, there's some changes to the plan for getting the ailment immunity right now, because I found that the new helm was introduced this late, the Maw of Conquest. Well, which this role is, I guess, I mean, it's the highest ES role, like that 1% extra wouldn't actually add anything. Mediocre life, but then the damage taken gain as life is really low. Also, I kind of want to divine this at some point, but I think I only have 2 divines. And the ES is actually extremely valuable because, you know, 1 ES equals 5 evasion. I think the lowest roll on this is something like 140 or something like that. I don't remember exactly. But that's 30 flat ES lost is a decent chunk of evasion. 150 flat evasion, which with all my scaling is a lot. Like right now, I'm 33.4k evasion, and I still don't have the suffix. With that, I would get a lot more. But yeah, I might end up respeccing out of the discipline and get my Dread Banner back. There's also another thing about the Dread Banner, so like it has 21% less accuracy on monsters. So right now with my flasks, whenever I get hit and I lose a Ghost Route, that is, just go with 33k. I think it's 5% you get. So I get 1650 ES back when I lose a Ghost Route. So if I drop my discipline, I still don't get full ES back on one depleted Ghost Route. So I might actually, like, I'm still getting full benefit from it. So that's really nice. So these 6 points would actually go towards getting 8% life and 16% evasion, 5% life there again, and then these 2 damage nodes, and that's some flat, or towards a jewel slot. So losing some one-shot survivability, or getting more accuracy, getting less accuracy monsters, which means like, what's it? Okay, so they have like 34% chance to hit me or something like that. Less with blind, obviously blind cuts their hit chance to hit after all of the other things in half. So let's say with the less accuracy, let's say they would have like, I don't know, 25 or something like that. That gets cut in half and they hit even less often, which means that every attack has far higher chance to not hit me, which means managing Ghost Routes better. Obviously, spells are still a thing, and that's why, well, that's one of the reasons why I'm using Supreme Spike Shield now. It has some spell dodge, but it's a hybrid shield, right? I don't actually need the resistance that much. I mean, sure, like this is just like a random shield that I've had for a while. But like, let's just use it. But yeah, about this helm, the unaffected by poison is actually really good because it allows me to drop Akari. I mean, I didn't even have it. I didn't even have the upgrade for Aberath for unaffected by burning ground and then reduced ignite duration. So that helps a lot against the feels bad ignites from like strong boxes and whatnot. But yeah, on top of that, I want to showcase a couple items. Oh yeah, I have, I don't know if I want to wait until I have 4 emblems before I do the first one, like my first case, or if I just like go with 2 and, you know, see what the fight is. But I actually found a Lionel's Fall. Now I just need a Lionel's Glare and I could go do a nice bow build. I have Apex Slumber. I don't know if I already showed this before in one of the other videos, but this is a really nice shield, especially with this helmet. And I actually did play with this a bit, but I felt like, I mean, you can get up to 250% ES region from this, and you get max resist. And for bossing purposes, this might be better than this. But I felt like the poisons, I did like a couple maps, and like 95% of the map, I didn't have the poisons at all. It's just like, I kind of had to like, hope, like actually let something hit me in case I get it, like in hopes of getting it. But you know, you don't really want to get hit. And this shield gives me 1k evasion, and it doesn't have any evasion roll on it. So maybe at some points, but yeah. And then I found this crazy fucking sword that I have no idea what to do with. So it has a T1 attack speed, then it has the temple mod, the lightning and lightning pen, and it has an open suffix for a lot of different potential crafts. You can have crit chance, you can have double damage, you can have attack speed while nearby rare or unique enemy for even more attack speed. But of course, in those cases, you would probably end up doing a non-crit. Now, the sad part is it's a Corsair sword and not a foil. If this was a foil, I would 100% dually cyclo with this. But because the weapon range difference is so massive, I don't know if I want to do cyclone with this. I would just end up feeling bad. But yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this, but if I do end up finding Impulsas, there is one thing I kind of want to do, and that is doing an Ascendant and taking an Elementalist. And then I don't know what the second one would be. I don't know, probably like Champion or Pathfinder or something like that. But you'd get some pretty damn nice explosion stuff going on with that. Yeah. I'm gonna give the POB on to my current character, with my current gear again in the description. Other than that, my gear, I ended up finishing the research safe house with the rank 3 Leo as the leader, so I got 2 exalts. I exalted the armor on this, and now this is actually a really freaking legit belt. Like, actually really amazing. For a lot of builds. I also exalted this ring, which I believe I found yesterday. Coral ring with the temple life roll. Also was perfect, so that's nice. And it has strength. Like, this is a lot of life. So I ended up exalting the Caspian on it. Same boots. I got the next craft, so I think I'm missing like a bit. No, wait, this is already T3. No, wait, it's not. It's not. I think I'm missing one craft. Yeah, I'm missing one more craft, and then I can get the rank 3. But yeah, I'm also rocking a decoy totem now. So since I have the 6-link, I actually end up dropping one of the supports from Bane. This is Bane, still 3-link, but yeah, I have decoy totem now. Now, when it comes to what I would like to get, also I crafted some random ass gloves because I needed to fiddle around with my resistances a bit. What I would like to get is either Shaper or Elder. Obviously Murder Myths, because hybrid base feels good, man. If it's Shaper, craft Cast Speed or Blight, get a 5-link Blight. Or if I get Elder, then the non-chaos, non-ailment chaos overtime multiplier would be a really nice upgrade. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I'm getting some. Actually, no. You know what? I can show you one more thing. One more thing in this video. I talked about the chaos recipe previously, right? So there's a bunch of different ways people do their chaos recipes. One, I guess, pretty common way I used to do this a lot, was to do, you know, you gather, like set up like this, and then you build this. Like you can go, you take like one item, like one, and so on, and then you can do that couple times before you need to, you know, stash the chaos. But since I think a couple leagues ago, I switched to a different method. Now obviously there's the you know, the quad tab where you set up it so that you drop items here and then you just go like take everything. But the big issue with that is that you have to swap between your filters a lot, or you have to swap between your filters, and you have to be very specific on what items you take, and you have to pay a lot of attention to it. But so what I do is I'll just end up usually until my amulet tab or ring tab becomes full, I'll just like sell everything except, you know, rings and amulets obviously, and belts up until this is full. And then I'll just go run some low tier maps. Usually I would get the rarity, but yeah, I kind of want the rarity for my contagion, and then just fill up everything else. Like these are the body armor is actually the base that is always going to be low enough to chaos recipe. So if I ever need to do regal recipe, I'll just pick up body armors from high tier maps, because all of these, most of these at least, obviously there's some from like the early league maps, but later on all of these are going to be like high level shit. So yeah, how I do my recipes and why this order is so weird is because this allows me to do 2 recipes at once, right? So I get 2 recipes like this.
How are your maps?
Now you're gonna see the strength of this system, right? There's 2 recipes. So if you now wanted to do another recipe, what you would have to normally do, if you had a, like, you know, tabs like this, you would have to go back to start. But the way this is set up, so you just stash the chaos, and then you actually go backwards, and this ends up filling your inventory perfectly for another, so you can just go back and forth. You always just stash the chaos, and it's really nice.
Learn anything new?
It saves you a lot of time and clicks because you're doing 2 recipes at a time, and yeah, so just that, obviously you that up, and then you just do this until you run, usually you run out of body armors first. But I've found this very good way to do the recipe. And the way I'm gathering the mats is just yeah, dumping stuff here eventually. Like usually this is like all the way here, like, you know, 5th or 6th row of just rings, amulets, and belts. And then I'm like, okay, I'm about to make full, and then I'll just how I actually pick up my body armors. I don't see body armors in my filter unless it's like a Valregal or whatever. Is in my filter. When I press tab, obviously we don't see any of them right now because I picked them up. Let's see if we find any of them here. Clear map, so I'm just hope we can find one somewhere. Yeah, there. So whenever I tab, I can, my body armors are made in a specific way. So you don't actually see it, right? You don't see it right now, you only see it when I show it like this. So it's very easy to pick up and see what they are. Or where they are. And that's how I end up getting the last pieces for the recipe. It's just run a couple maps. City Square is really nice now. Triple boss, it's very easy to run a loop and then just kill the boss. Or just go to the boss. Especially if you have rarity, you're gonna get like full inventory of body armors basically from one of the bosses. But yeah, that's all I have for this. this update. Hopefully in the next update we've progressed a bit further on the Atlas, but I was basically farming Presidents and filling my Atlas yesterday, so now I'm actually having a decent percentage. Next step is to probably go all the way to T4, T13, so in this quadrant, and then only to T12s in here, or maybe just T13 up to T13 everywhere. Then have Underground Sea, have Moon Temple. I'm definitely gonna have a T15 temple once I get the orb, and then basically just do some Red Elder. I don't want to go all the way and complete 14 and 15 because some of the 14s are so goddamn nice, even sure with the league mechanic, that I just want to have those as some really nice maps to run. And yeah, I need to actually remove Summit. This was for the Pantheon upgrade. Speaking of Pantheons, I think I need to go upgrade these. If I upgrade Arakai for the shock, I might be able to remove the shock from my flask, put the freeze immune here, and then put the evasion here. For some insane evasion, I think I'm gonna hit like 40k at something like that point. But I really like the shock in it. Either way, I'll see you guys in the next video.